Hey guys, thank you for stopping here. My name is Sugoroku and please call me Roku for short. Today I'll be visiting the city called Sakai City. The reason is there is this World Heritage Site called Mozu Kofun Group. And then the most main one is called Nintoku Kofun, meaning it's a burial mound for Emperor Nintoku. And then this is the picture of Mozu Kofun tombs at the time of the creation. So I'll be visiting the Sakai City Museum first to better understand about this tomb. Then later actually visiting this tomb. So okay, let's go. And then there's several foods popular in the Sakai City, so I hope to have it try that at night. Okay, let's go. The station I've just arrived is called Mozu Station. The Mozu is a type of bird in Japan. It's with really difficult characters to read actually. Okay. Oh, what is this? Oh, interesting shape. It may be, I don't know, expressing tomb, I guess. It seems like not only that emperor's huge tomb, but also there are a number of smaller mounds, here. And then Osamezu Kofun. Oh, this is also included in the World Heritage. So this is like Dyson Park guide map. So I just got to this station here. Then walk this way. Then there's like a Sakai City Museum here. Then this is, this part is like huge, coffin. So I'll walk down there later. Okay, so there's also Mozu Mound Tombs Visitor Center. I don't know what you can do there actually. Okay, let's go visit the Mozu Mound Tomb Visitor Center first. Oh, すごい。わお。すげえ、何個あんのこれ。はあ。Furuichi Mound Tomb.
あまりないのでよろしければぜひお入りくださいませ。
Wow, it's like using 8K aerial photography with high resolution. Wow, so they will be showing like theater like video of the aerial shot of this tomb. すげえ、めっちゃすごくないこの映像。So you can see so many tombs, not just one, the big one. Seems there's no narration or explanation about the tomb. すごいね。Nice views. Look, these are the Kofun characters called Hanawa. It's called Tomb Doll Hanawa. Hey guys, so I just explored inside the visitor center of this Mozu tomb, and then so they had a really great, nice, content about explaining what these tombs are. So this place, Mozu tomb, is listed on the World Heritage Site, as I've said. But actually, there are two listed for the site: this Mozu Kofun and then also Furuichi Kofun. So these are two groups of tombs, and then both have about 45 tombs. So then. Here, I will explain the historical period of Japan when these burial mounds spread. The Kofun period. This period was from the 3rd to 7th century, an era when massive tombs served as business cause of power. Welcome to Japan's remarkable age of transformation. The Kofun period was an age of showing power. Just as people today compete for influence on social media, ancient leaders compete through tomb sites. Rice farming from the Yayoi period created wealth gaps, giving rise to regional leaders. The tombs they built, some over 400 meters long, longer than the Eiffel Tower is tall, were not just graves. They were visible monuments that could be seen from great distances. But what sparked this monumental construction? It all started with rice. The equation was simple. More rice equals wealth and power. Regional chiefs emerged, controlling land and people. When they died, communities built massive tombs, not just for burial, but as statements of authority that would last for generations. This was ancient monumental diplomacy. The Yamato clan in the Nara region mastered this strategy, overwhelming rivals to establish Japan's first unified government. As this power structure solidified, tomb construction peaked in the 5th century. The keyhole-shaped Zenpo-koen-fun became the standard design. The largest, Emperor Nintoku's tomb, covers an area larger than 15 Statue of Liberty bases combined. The Yamato court built networks with regional clans, who constructed their own tombs to show loyalty and status. Meanwhile, trade with Korea and China brought new technologies, iron tools, and writing systems. Ancient globalization was transforming Japan. But by the 6th century, the game changed completely. Buddhism arrived, and people discovered new symbols of power. Beautiful temples instead of giant tombs. Physical sites gave way to spiritual depth, like modern business shifting from factory sites to brand value. The spread of writing enabled governance through documentation, making visible power displays less necessary. Tombs became outdated. Thus, Japan evolved into the Asuka period, an era of Buddhist temples, legal codes, and imperial authority. There are mainly three interesting characteristics about these Mozu tombs. The one is that there are a variety of tombs depending on the size and the shape. For example, the one that's largest is tomb of the Emperor Nintoku, having the one side is 400 meters long, but the smallest one side could be 20 meters. And then also there are also four main shapes for tombs. The one is Zenpo-koen-fun. It's written like this, and then also the second one is scallops-looking tomb. Forgot the name, this one. And then also third one is Enfun, meaning round tomb. And then also fourth one is square tomb, which is Hofun. So, these are the main four ones. And then secondly, there must be certain rules for, the shapes and the size for these tombs. For example, the tombs were created to, represent authority of the people at the time. So the bigger the tombs were, the bigger the person, the power at the time. And then lastly, so compared to the tombs created in the world that were just, kind of piling up like stones or soils, according to the explanation, these tombs here in Japan were created to have some kind of ritual at the center, having Haniwas around it. Haniwa is human-looking statues. It was actually decorated with many ornaments, weapons, so many kind of things. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. And then, by the way, what kofun in Japan really means is that it's burial mounds, but piling up like a soil on the hill to represent a grave for somebody who was having the power at the time. And then in Japan, during the 3rd century, it is said that people started creating these tombs for the next 400 years. Actually, in Japan, altogether, there are how many? 550,000 tombs in Japan, spreading from the southern part to the northern part of Japan. And then this is the one that's said to be the biggest. So if you have enough time, maybe you can go to the museum and then take a look. But if you don't have time, I think you can just stop by that visitor center. That's where you can pretty much understand deeper about this World Heritage Site, I guess. And then actually there are 26 World Heritage Sites in Japan, and then I hope to visit all of it, throughout my travel inside my country. Wow, that's very pretty. Sakai City Museum. Okay, here it is. Wow, 大きいね. Let's just go check it out. Oh, there's like somehow statue of Senno Rikyu だ. なんで? あ、堺だったっけ? 堺の商人だったかな? So he is Senno Rikyu. He's known to be the saint of Japanese tea. And I think the reason why they are having this statue is that he's, I think, from Sakai City, if I remember correctly. So, but anyway, let's go. Ooh. Sakai. So there are many important cultural heritages in this Sakai City. Wow. And then Kofunzen Sakai, Mozu Kofun. And then in the Nara period, there's like a Gyoki who spread the teachings of Buddhism, and Kamakura period of Sakai. So this is when the time called this place area was started calling to be Sakai. And the Sengoku and Atsuchi is said to be like the most peaceful city in Japan at the time. And the Meiji era, this place was called Sakai Prefecture. I see, really focusing on producing sake and then kinzoku kako, manufacturing gold. Then Mozu Kofun and Sakai history and culture. This is the area that's specifically talking about the Mozu tomb, and it has English translation, so it's really friendly to the people from abroad. So I'm surprised that this part has like all the explanation about each tombs, including one that's biggest, but I don't go into that each one. And actually it's really huge, so they have bigger space backward. Oh my god, how big that is. This is talking about how each tombs were created. Wow. So like they're like deciding the location and then making the surrounding area, then like piling up the soils and then making it in a shape. Then fukishi having like stones around it, then put the haniwas around that, then bring that coffin to the top of the tomb. Then actually there was a really interesting video on YouTube which was created by one of the biggest construction companies in Japan, which is talking about how long it would take to create tombs like these with the skills attained at the time. They estimated like it would take about 15 years to create these big tombs, which is really great effort that you need. So these are like replicas of the horse-looking haniwas, and then the biggest one was like 1.4 meters big, having like many tools for controlling horse, like ropes. So it's talking about the history of this Sakai City. So this part is talking about how the city of Sakai develops throughout the history. From the medieval age, after the Kofun period, it started developing as a city of trading facing the Osaka Bay, and ruled by people at the time, and especially like Oda Nobunaga and Toyotomi Hideyoshi are the ones that's popular. So this area is talking about Sakai and the guns, and the reason is that there are two parts of the history in Japan. The name of the Sakai appears, which is Kofun period, and then also this Sengoku period for the areas of producing the macho guns. And then macho guns actually came to Japan in 1543 by the Portuguese people, and it was introduced to the part of the Kagoshima Prefecture, southern part of Japan, and then it was later came to Sakai. And then, as I've said, this city, Sakai City, was flourished as a trading city, so they were actually producing and selling it to like daimyos at the time. Here they are showing these craftsmanships and the beauty of the guns of Sakai. Wow, すごいね、火の銃。So you can see the kind of elaborate designs on the surface of the guns using like gold. And then also this was biggest gun I've ever seen. And then there was one person in Sakai City who is called Shibatsuji Ryuemon. He took 2 years and then created this 300 meters big gun. That's how much high skills they actually had to create such a huge one. Wow, so it was so much to see inside. So it was pretty much about how this Sakai City has evolved as a trading city, not just only about tomb. One thing I saw interesting is that tomb was initially I saw designed to show how the powerful that people at the time were. But it was not only to the people inside, but also to the outside, as there was a regime called Yamato Seiken during the 5th century in Japan, and then they were actually trading with Korea, and then Japan was actually importing irons to create many tools for agriculture. And then that tomb, the biggest one, was having the longer sides facing the Osaka Bay. That is to kind of show the authority, how powerful it was to the people sailing from Korea. So which was kind of interesting, I thought. And I came to this place called Place of Worship. Anyway, it's now about 5 o'clock. So this is where you can see a really bottom part of the tomb. And then it's pretty much just about forest. And then also you see that torii, kind of a shrine in front. So you can't really see entire tomb by coming here. And then some people said this could be the place that could make you, disappointed the most among all the World Heritage Sites in Japan. I understand what it means. So pretty much even if you walk around, you can't really see, you can just feel how that big that is, which is I'm going to try to do from now. Anyway, there's a really nice, matsu. So what does it say? Nintoku Tenno Mozu. So this tomb is actually managed by Kunaicho, one of the ministries in Japan, that is dealing with, something that is, related to emperors and imperial palace. So actually inside the museum, there was another thing really interesting was that in the 19th century, at the bottom part of this, there was a room found inside this tomb. People found armors and also several burial artifacts together, including a glass object, which is believed to have come from Perugia at the time. So it was, coming by traveling a very long distance. It's said to be 5th century, so that all the time there was already trace of contact with that far place from Japan. And it was said to be one of the first contact from that areas of Middle East from Japanese history. So lastly, I'm gonna kind of go around this area. Oh, it's getting darker. Okay, let's go around. And then there were actually some people who say it's not still clear yet whether or not this tomb was actually created for the Emperor Nintoku because of several reasons, such as, the Chronicle of Japan isn't something that is believable enough. Wow, started getting darker. Then, okay, I came to the edge of this tomb. So let's go like this. Kurainamo. There are also several disputes about when this emperor actually died. But the year that's most believed is 399. And then that year was actually kind of having a gap between when this actually tomb was created, which is believed to have been 5th middle century. So there was about 50 years of gap. And then, I don't know, it's no wonder that it took that long to create this huge tomb. So I don't know if that is really what the truth really is. If you walk around this tomb, it takes about 2 kilometers. So it's already got pretty dark actually. Wish I could have started earlier, but today there was a World Series, so I was kind of watching Game 3rd of Dodgers and the Brewers, and it got extended to 18th inning, and then the Otani was great in this game, and then having 2 home runs and then 2 long hits as well. Anyway, so glad that Dodgers won. So you can kind of see how that surrounding is like, and then people walking with dogs. Okay, let's turn right. Nice houses. I'm now walking this area. Let's finish just circling around. Well, I just remember the story about Emperor Nintoku. So he's believed to be a great politician and then the great emperor at the time, because one time he realized that there was no smoke coming out from the chimney of stoves of houses of the people. So then he realized how people were suffering at the time just for eating. So he started not collecting taxes for 3 years and then kind of saved the people. So that's what it said. Also, somehow I couldn't find it today, but there's like a really nice PR mascot of this Sakai City called Hanawa Bucho. So this person, Bucho means like a team leader in the company. And then so he's always kind of wearing Hanawa doll on his face. Wherever he goes, he wears it, which is kind of funny. So this is pretty much the surface of the tomb. Yeah, you can only see like trees from outside. So to the 正面まで1600メートル. So from here, there's still, to the place of worship. It takes about 1,600 meters. Sakai-san, it says World Heritage Site of Tomb of Nintoku Emperor. こっちかな? Probably this way. This is. So you can see each tomb's explanation while you were walking around the Emperor Nintoku's tomb. Okay, now I'm seeing 1,000 meters left to the front here. Alright, so this tomb was actually, having the 3 modes. And then like the most older one that you can see right now here, this one was actually added, after the Kofun period. So the original one only having like 2 modes around it. Another thing is that there were actually smaller tombs around this largest tomb. So those were called baicho. In English, it is tumuli. Those were actually created to show respect, person with power, like kings. And then the subject of that tumuli could be somebody who were close to somebody who died for that bigger tombs. Oh, there's a cat. Oh, I'm almost coming down to the side of it. Okay, I came to the edge. Okay, I came here. Finally, let's go this way. Wow, pretty huge. Okay, I think finally, I'm arriving at the, okay, here. All right, came back to the front. Took me about, what time is it? About 30 minutes to just walk around. Here you see the site of worship. So I came back to this front side of this tomb and I just made a wish. As I've said, the Emperor Nintoku is known to be a great politician, not collecting the taxes, seeing like the people are suffering from living. And then we are now in Japan having like the first female prime minister in the history called Mrs. Takaichi, and then hoping that she will do really good in leading us in a good direction. So I think it's a good timing to make that kind of wish. So now it's about 6 o'clock. Then I just kind of researched about what to eat here, and then actually there's something that is specific to the Sakai City is anago. It's like a type of fish looking like an eel. Then I have to go to like a Sakai station from here, which is about 20-30 minutes. Just arrived at the Sakai Minami station and then walked about 2 minutes to find this place called Umigokochi, which is for tempura and fishes. Anago is conger eel. So this is the menu of the conger eel, and then thinking which to order because there are so many menu for this conger eel, like not just about sashimi, but also like shirayaki. It's like grilled conger eel, and then also like a fried bones, and then also dashimaki egg roll with conger eel, and then tempura as well, and then also sushi. とりあえずお疲れ様です。And then also he told me that since last month, this Sakai City has just started doing balloons where you can get in and then go up to the sky. Then you can look down how this Kofun is like from like aerial space, from the aerial view, which is great. I didn't know that. And then so it took 8 years from planning to implementation right now. So yeah, that's probably something I wanted to try if I knew it, but I don't know. If people coming here after me, I really suggest you try that. Yeah.
こちらアナゴのお作りでございますね。こちらアナゴのお作りでございますね。こちら手前に小鉢に肉塩というこちらですね。お塩は手作りで作ってるお塩がある。
So these are sashimi of conger eel, and then this is like a grilled one, and then also these are like a kimo. It's like a liver and the intestine.
奥様のご友人なんで。けどあれよね、大阪にも持ってて、
ほら、歯応えがすごいですね。美味しい。油がすごい上品。 and this salt is really good. Shirayaki desu. Shirayaki means like, shirayaki, shiro means white. So their body is in white.
リビングのうちマンションだよね。なんぼ？20、30回65インチのテレビ。
プリプリです。なんかすごい油が上品な感じですよね。
俺が使った。
I can tell that this fat is really high quality. I think I especially like shirayaki. It's really so rich in fat, but it's really good, really nice with this soy salt. He actually, make this salt by putting like the dashi, broth into it. Okay, the last food that I ordered is ochazuke with this Conger ale. Itadakimasu. Anago ochazuke desu. 美味しい。温まる。It's really good for this basil. しそと合いますね。ごちそうさまでした。美味しかった。あ、すごい。おお、じゃあこれはすごい。めっちゃ絵になります。Wow, look at this. You can get Hanawa pudding. So cute. I like it. Either you follow their account, Insta account, or make a comment on the Google review. Truly enjoyed the anago. Wow, it's not from here, but the fact that I had it here in this Sakai City is important. Okay, I just finished eating at Amigo Coach-san featuring Conger ale. On the owner chef there, Mr. Yaboi was so really nice. Such a nice person with great hospitality. And then they gave me this Hanawa cup, as a gift. Very thankful for that. So it's a really nice place to visit if you want to try something specific here, which is a Conger ale. That's pretty much about Sakai City and then featuring burial mounds. So sad that I just got to know that you can have like a Kikyu services right now. Which has just launched since last month. So probably next time if I come here, I want to try that. Okay, thank you so much for watching with this Hanawa. Alright, see you next time. Bye bye. Please let me know how you thought about the video, and if you like it, please share it with your friends and families.